Just wanted to give everyone an update. It's Friday afternoon on the 8th week. I wanted to kind of bring everybody along and show you kind of what we were doing. So here we go. Just a quick look in here. You can see everything is still the same in here in the kitchen. They have cleaned up. I showed you in the other video where they cleaned up. I don't know how good you could see in the video I did last night, so I'm going to do another video today. I don't know where both of them will make the edit or not, but I know this one will. So I'm going to try to go a little more in depth in this update and show everyone exactly kind of what we're doing. We've taken the ceiling joists. This is Carolyn's room, formerly a porch a long time ago. But as you can see, we've taken the ceiling joists out, and you can still see the old cedar shingles up there. The new 2x4s that you see, they will not be seen when all this is finished. Matter of fact, the cedar shingles will not be seen. As much as I want to leave them where you can see them, I don't see any way that we can do that and get any kind of insulation in the house. Sorry to say, I just don't see any way to leave those. I have talked with the professionals and all the insulation people, and they tell me that I cannot do what I want to do. I would love to leave those where you can see them, but they're telling me that it will cause my house to sweat on the inside. Some places have an insulation and those places not, and if I do that, it would just cause major problems. So we're not going to be able to leave them where you can see them. So we're trying to get some good video of them now, because that's all it will be once we do our insulation. It'll be, oh, you won't be able to see them anymore. But what we have decided to do, and the reason that we've taken down the ceiling joists in here, is this room was just so low. The ceiling in it was so low. It was only like 7 feet tall, if I remember right. But it was a really low ceiling. And the reason being is because it had to start from right up or above those windows. And that was not, this used to be a porch. So there was not, it was not designed to be used as a room. And then it got closed in and turned into a bedroom a long time ago, before my time. But I don't want to rehash all the history that everybody has already heard before. But what I want to show you, if I can get back far enough in this room where I can show you, you can see the roof of the original 200-year-old house. And I think that is the neatest thing, to be able to see that roof. That's the roof line of the boards that was on the original roof. To be able to see that. And me and my wife come up with the idea, if we took this ceiling down in here, and then we're going to put ceiling, let me see if I can find something, a pointer, so everybody can see what I'm talking about. What we're going to do is the ceiling, we're going to spray closed cell insulation. We'll go in between these from there to there. And we're going to lay the ceiling, we're going to take the leftover beadboard. Now we will probably turn the beadboard where you cannot see the bead. I think that's a better look for me. That's the way it looked that I want. And they're going to be nailed up there on the ceiling rafters like that. And so that will be your ceiling, and it will cover up the closed cell insulation, all that. You will not be able to see any of that. All you will be able to see is the if we don't use beadboards, whatever boards we use on the ceilings. So this is the big update, and what I've been holding everybody in suspense over is so we could see. I wanted to wait till these rafters got out so I could show you, so you can see that. I think that is the neatest thing, to be able to see the original house. And what we're going to do here, we're going to fix these boards that are missing, and that one there got cut out. I don't know why it got cut out, but we're going to have to replace part of that. But we're going to replace these boards because that was the outside of the house before my time. That was the sojourner's room, and so we're going to want to see if you can see that it goes all the way up and goes all the way up to that crack up there. But we're going to close this back in so it will separate these two rooms. So they, you won't have, it'll be a wall that goes all the way up, and these rooms will be separated. We're going to leave this, I'm trying to keep this pointer in case I need it again, but we're going to keep this. This will just get painted up to here. And once we get to there, I'm going to leave these boards exposed. They're not going to be painted. I'm going to leave them so they would look just like they did when the house was originally built and this room was added on. That's the look that I want. And so we're going to leave these paint from here down, no paint from there up. And this right up here, the original roof of the house, will not be painted. We're going to leave it just like that. Now we're going to have a regular wall. I don't know where we're going to have sheetrock. We're thinking about doing shiplap. I don't know what we're going to do here. We still, that's up in the air. We still don't know what we're going to do. But whatever we do will be painted up to here, sheetrock or shiplap. And from here up, you will not see all those dirt dauber nests. All those will be covered up with the insulation. But this right here will be original. We will not touch that. You can see we've got some places that we're going to have to fix, and we've got some lumber where we took down from the barn. But that's what we're going to do in Carolyn's room. Same thing, and as you can see, we've got some rotten wood up here. It's going to have to be fixed. That up there is going to have to be fixed, and we still got some work to do, but we're going to leave that original, so you can still see that right there. This door is original to the house. This door and doorknob, we've talked about that one in the video with Teresa when we were walking around. We talked about this door, but this door is going to stay. We still don't know what we're going to put in here as far as walls, but this wall will just continue up. It'll just continue up from here right on up to there, and there will be whatever we put in here will be the same up to there, and it'll go up to there, and then it'll stop. Be painted from there back. That will not be painted. Same thing as it was in the other room. Now let's see if I can squeeze through here, and we'll go talk about some of these other rooms. The big room, it's going to have a regular ceiling in it. We're not going to do up there because there's just too much bad wood up there, and we don't have the lumber to replace it. And it's already been, we talked about that earlier, we already put Sister Joyce up there. And this is a 9-foot ceiling. We don't need a drop-down ceiling. I mean, not a drop-down, but we don't need a cathedral ceiling in here because we've got a 9-foot ceiling. So this all stays the same. In Granny and Pa's bedroom, formerly the corn crib, it's going the same thing. We've taken down the joists, and you can see all this. I don't know what we're going to do here. We just took these joists out yesterday, and so I have no idea. This is going to be turned into our closet, but if we can find enough lumber, we will probably replace that board and that board, and it will get painted up to somewhere in here. And if we have to replace these two, it might get painted. Those two might get painted too, but from here up it will not be painted. We'll have to decide if we're going to fix that up there or not. We might just leave it because I like things doesn't have to be perfect to me. I like the old original. I like the original, even if the original is not perfect. That's the look that I want, and so it might just get left like that. All these walls in here, whatever we decide, it's probably going to be sheetrock in here, except for this wall is not going to get covered, and it will get painted. But this will probably be sheetrock over here and around here, because it's going to be a closet. This is going to be our master bathroom from going in from our bedroom, but it used to be the only bathroom to the house. I told the guys to leave the lights and to leave this one joist in here to hang the lights on, so the electrician, when he got here, he could do what he needed to do. But as you can see, we've extended the wall on up to the shower. We've extended the wall separating the two bathrooms. Those are going up all the way. And all these walls here will stay the same. That right there will come off. But it's coming together. And I decided this would be a good time for everybody else to be brought up to speed on what we were doing. Like I said, if you've watched it watched my channel long enough, you deserve to know what we're doing. I'm not going to keep you in suspense anymore. And I wasn't keeping you in suspense on purpose. I was just really not sure all what we wanted to do was going to work. But it looks like we're going to be able to make it work. And so it was time for you to know. This wall right here, even though it's in the shower, we've got the plumber has got to come back. This is the stuff that I've already paid to happen. And a lot of stuff I've already paid for it to be one way, and now we got to change it. Electrician, plumbing, structural, everything. But all this has got to be changed, and we're going to decide what we're going to do with this wall right up here, because we're actually standing in the shower. So I don't know what we're going to do there. That right there is probably 9 foot from the, so we won't have to worry about it getting wet. But I don't know exactly what we're going to do there. We will have to worry about the steam and stuff like that from hot showers. But now let's go over and take a look in the other bathroom. That my old bedroom / bathroom now. And same thing, we left this one joist because it's got the fan on it, and when the electrician gets here, we'll take this joist down and he can do whatever he wants to with the fan. But as you can see, where we extended this wall on up and covered that, and we've taken down the ceiling joists in here. But that pipe, that's actually a vent pipe. We're going to have to do something with that, and plumber, whatever we decide, we're going to have to do with that. And we're going to have to do some fixing here to fix this wall. I don't know where we've got enough original lumber to fix from here up like that is, but we'll decide that when we get on the inside what we're going to do here. But the rest of the wall in here, because it is a bathroom, it'll probably get either shiplap or sheetrock. I don't know which one. This wall will not get covered. It's just going to get painted, even though that we had to replace that board. It got split or something. We're going to replace that. And that wall right there, like I said, probably shiplap or sheetrock. We don't know. But that is bringing you up to date. Today, the 8th week of working on the house. And we're getting really close to being able to paint outside. This is Ankor's room, and nothing has changed in here. So that is a quick, if you want to call that quick, that is bringing everyone up to speed on our thought process and what we're actually going to do. I hope this doesn't ramble on too long and bore everybody, but I did want to bring everyone up to speed so they would know what we were doing in our thought process. I hope everyone agrees with what we're doing. We are taking away some stuff that was added, but we're taking it away not because of, what's the word I'm looking for? Not because we, I want to say want that look, but we do want that look. We want to be able to see the old-timey, the old house is what we want to be able to see. And remember, we're back in Carolyn's room now. If we had left the ceiling joists in here, there would have been a ceiling in here, and there was a ceiling here. We actually took the ceiling down so we could do this. All that beadboard was up in this ceiling, and if you'll go back and watch some of my older videos, you'll see that the green boards were in the ceiling, and we took that ceiling down so we could get this look. It would have been a really low ceiling, but we just didn't, you would have not been able to see any of this if we'd have left the ceilings in those 2 bathrooms and the closet, Sojourner's room and Carolyn's room. You would have never been able to see what we're seeing up there, the old part of the house. And that's what we wanted. That's the reason that we're doing this. I hope everyone agrees. If you don't agree, hey, I'm open to discussion. Tell me what you don't agree with. And I don't like to argue, and I'm not going to argue with anybody, but I am open to discussion if anybody wants to discuss the do's and don'ts of why we're doing the house. Hey, I'm always up for a debate. If you don't think I'm up for a debate, you can ask any of my family. I love to talk about things and discuss, because believe me, my decision is not always right. Sometimes it is, as my family says, it is final, but it's not always right. And so I make mistakes just like everybody else. But I hope everyone enjoys the videos. I'm preserving the history, because some of this stuff, like we just talked about in this video, like the cedar shingles, once that spray insulation goes up there, you will never see those shingles again. They'll be covered up for all eternity. You will not be able to see them again. And so if I don't preserve this in video where you can see it, you will not, my ancestors, grandchildren and stuff like that, they will never know it. And we're back in the kitchen now. It's a really hard decision that we made up here too. We really wanted to keep the black, but you can't have a house and without having insulation especially in the ceiling. So that is going to get covered up. I mean, I don't know any way around it. If some and I'm going to use this word, some brainiac out there, somebody smarter than I am, wants to tell me how I can preserve that and insulate it and be able to see it, because just preserving it and not being able to see it is it's not going to do anything. We are going to save, and I've talked about this in another video, the ceiling joists will stay just like they are, but the up there under this cedar shingles and stuff, that gets covered with closed cell insulation. Well, I've rambled on. This is going to be a really long video. Started out to be a quick video, and it's going to wind up being a long video. Thanks everyone for watching. Thank you so much for following along. I think that there will be a lot of people, history buffs, and a lot of old farmers, and there would just be a lot of people that would really enjoy seeing some of these videos. Now, where they would watch every one of them, I have no idea, but I think they would really enjoy seeing an old house and what this old man is doing with the old house. But it will never get out there, and those people will never see it if y'all don't share it, if you don't tell your friends about it, if you don't tell your neighbors, if you don't tell people and tell them to go look at it. And it's not going to help me. This channel is not monetized. I don't get any money. I'm doing all this to preserve the history. Nobody gets any money from this. I'm doing this to preserve it, and I'm putting it on YouTube, so it's an easy way for anybody to be able to see it, not just my family, but anybody. And I feel like there's a lot of people that would love to see this, and so that's why I say like. That helps people be able to see it, because YouTube promotes, they don't promote it, but YouTube, if you like a video and the more likes you get, the more YouTube will actually put it out for other people to see it. So if you like it, it really helps people see it more than it does subscribing. The subscribing part of it helps you, the viewer, come back and be able to find my videos. I hope everybody's enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend.